this and that. Wrestle this and that. Brother Reed, your brother Don Juan will wrestle this and that. Wrestle this and that. We talk about wrestling, it's a fact. Brother Reed, your brother Don Juan will wrestle this and that.
Welcome back to Wrestle This and That. I'm Brother Rick, and this is my co-host, Brother
Don Juan.
And now we're getting ready to do the Raw recap. Raw wasn't that as exciting to me, even though they pulled a lot of people in from The Undertaker to Shane McMahon, and Mick Foley came out. It just wasn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the matches were all right. Of course, we had
some were all right and some just wasn't. You know, but we're gonna kick off Raw with
real quick before we kick off Raw. Just to make sure that we get this in, we do want to say kudos to the WWE and taking their Connor cure and partnering up. There's a word with the V Foundation to really get a chance to really help out with the Connor's Cure. The V Foundation, one of the biggest foundations out there. Kids that have cancer, and the V Foundation, of course, Jimmy Valvano. As we go into March, used to head coach North Carolina Wolfpack,
and his daughter,
and tragically lost his life and then his battle with cancer, as did Connor at a young age. And I think the merger between WWE and the V Foundation is just awesome, and I want to make sure that we get that in and don't forget it.
Yeah, keep trying to find a cure. Keep trying to find a cure for it. Let's kick off Raw with the WWE Tag Team Championship again.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 days after the fact. So they put the belts on the line again, this time against Rusev and Alberto Del Rio, which I thought they would probably win the belts. But unfortunately, the New Day continued to retain. This was another good match. And I think this was a brutal match coming at the end.
Oh, at the end, yeah, definite statement.
Some of the highlights is when I enjoyed Alberto Del Rio when Biggie went for the dive. He hit him with the knee and then gave him a foot stomp. And if you saw it, his face hit the mat and he falls on the outside of the ring. That was very devastating. But at the end, World Tag Team Champions retain. But at the end,
with the roll up.
Of course. But
and not only that, Xavier Woods got
there you go. And I will accept that roll up. Because he always taking a butt beating, and he always be the one to get pinned right there. So, and he put on a good show.
It was.
Against Rusev. They retain, but at the end, devastation.
Oh, absolutely.
From a foot stomp to the board kick and to the...
3 may be able to beat 4 in the match, but when it came down to a straight fight and a beatdown, 4... definitely got the advantage on 3.
And that bullhammer also. They were hit with all of their moves. And basically, I think Xavier Woods got the worst. He got the foot stomp from Alberto.
And there was nowhere for him to go because the League of Nations were actually holding him in the corner. So more impact on top of that. And then after getting the foot stomp, then he gets to Acolyte. And message received, I'm sure, that we're set up for another match.
Yeah, they asked for it in the middle segment. They requested a WWE Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania.
So it'll be up to the New Day to decide to take it. I believe that they will. And who do you think we get there? Sheamus and Rusev?
I think you would get, if you were smart, you put Sheamus and Del Rio.
Sheamus and Del Rio, okay.
That's the package, if you ask me.
Okay.
These guys are... they on a roll. They lost 2 out of 6 weeks of wrestling, but they lost 2 to the New Day. New Day is hot, and New Day is also a face now. And if they wasn't a face, they became a face last night.
Absolutely.
Because the crowd was devastated what was happening to them.
They were. And that's one of the few times the crowd... I thought the Pittsburgh crowd was terrible. I'm just going to... I don't know if we have viewers that watching in Pittsburgh who's like, I was there. It was good. It was quiet. It was quiet until one of the WWE superstars did return, and it was very overwhelming, not quiet anymore.
Definitely. Okay, we have our first segment with Dean Ambrose. He comes out to the ring, and he said he hoped he was going to be carrying the World Heavyweight Champion, but things don't always go his way. He also said that Triple H know him now. He know he's going to respect him, and he know not to disrespect him again. But out of nowhere, the Beast crawled to the stage along with Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman said he's basically holding Brock Lesnar back from basically dominating Dean Ambrose. And Ambrose said, let him go. Let him go. Unleash him, he said, basically. And he said, no. He's basically going to save it for WrestleMania. He goes in the back. And unfortunately, Brock didn't follow.
Yeah, Brock looked like he looked behind him, seen Heyman was gone, turned back to the ring, saw Ambrose jumping around.
Power time.
Started going out there.
Circle the ring. Like a beast.
He circled the ring, but that was like when he started making his way down. Ambrose reached in his jacket and he pulled out a crowbar.
He better.
And
he better. Because
Lesnar
still have something.
Lesnar still circled the ring, and then he got ready to jump up on the apron, and Dean got ready to take his head off with the crowbar. Just
if he'd have hit him, we just saw some blood. That's no doubt.
So
anticipation for this match.
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
Yeah, very.
I think instead of letting Brock totally squash him, I think they may let, because this is a street fight, so they're gonna let this go on for a while. But when it's all said and done, Dean Ambrose is gonna take 4 pay-per-views as a loss, but he's in some part in a main event. So that's all that matters. As long as and the crowd loves him. So I don't think he's gonna fade out anytime soon.
And Heyman comes back down the ring and he tells Brock, "What are you doing? It was that close."
And eventually Brock said, "Well, I'm just going to back up and and go back to the locker room." Like I said, anticipation for that, I can't wait. Our second match, I wish this will not be at WrestleMania, but unfortunately it is. You had Ryback taking on Sin Cara. Horrible match.
Yep.
Horrible match. Sin Cara, both of them was blotching moves. They was missing moves and everything. It was just horrible. And then, of course, you had Ryback said he's the big guy. He's more dominant than the little guys and whatnot. And then he shell shocks Sin Cara twice. And then as he does it, he stares at Kalisto and he eventually asks him for a match at WrestleMania.
So after the shell shock, he hits it. Ryback continues to cut these unghastly promos like this.
Horrible.
That's what happens when a good guy or a good big guy beats a good little guy. Size matters. What do you say, Kalisto?
Well,
little guy.
That kind of scared me to want to have a match with him.
Why don't you fight the big guy at WrestleMania for the United States Championship?
Horrible. And I can't believe they're going to put that match together. But they're going to.
A good big guy versus a good little guy. I'm not
any challenger except
I'm not buying this one, but it looks like it's gonna.
Well, I would tell you this.
Happen.
I would tell you this. I think this is Ryback's last flight. If he don't take flight this time, we be calling for a pink slip for the big guy.
So,
okay. Unfortunately, Ryback, he wins it. We don't care. I didn't like the match. It was horrible. Like I said, and I think Ryback made Sin Cara look horrible because Sin Cara don't put on horrible matches. So whatever. Wrong guy to be going for that belt. I prefer Sin Cara to face him. I would love to see that. But before I see Ryback, at least you'll get a more entertaining match.
Of guys, I'd like to see Kalisto and Dolph Ziggler put skills on in the ring. I think that match would be awesome.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler. We're gonna talk about him later, man. I don't know what to say about that guy. That guy's awesome.
Yeah,
segment with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. She basically comes out and she welcomes the crowd to Monday Night Raw, and she praises her husband as being the World Heavyweight Champion.
She welcomes the crowd on Monday Night Raw, where every other crowd cheers. They booed, and she's like, "You idiots! That's where you're supposed to cheer."
Well, I have to give it to them, man. They do make the crowd look stupid.
Yeah.
Because they have some good snappy
That was
comebacks.
just like,
they can have some
man,
good
dude,
snappy
yeah.
comeback. And who to come back between Stephanie and Triple H? They know how to come back like this, especially
Right.
Stephanie. I
Right.
mean, she just made for it. I could, but she basically praises her husband at winning at Roadblock and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, Dolph Ziggler comes out and interrupts him.
Dolph comes out.
He interrupts him and
Nice suit,
yeah, nice suit.
pink shirt underneath it.
Yeah, kind of looked weird, but he was in a tie. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't no Vince McMahon suit. I tell you that much. It looked like something you get at Walmart. You know.
And Triple H put the recruiting press on Dolph.
Yeah.
Said, you're not going anywhere, but you could
Yeah, you good.
if you align yourself.
You great.
Yeah, well, he didn't say great. He said you're good, but you're not as good as you think.
He said you may even be great.
You may even
Be great, but with the right people behind you, you can go far. And Dolph Ziggler say, "I'll never join you, ever." And eventually called Stephanie McMahon an idiot.
Yep.
And when he said that, I was for sure he was in trouble.
I thought so too. I thought
Well, he was. He
gonna
got
start
slapped
bringing him
across the
down. He
face.
did get the slap, and then Steph surprised him with an opponent and said that she'll give him any match at WrestleMania that he wants, except for the title match.
That's right.
All he had to do is win one match tonight
Against 3 H's.
against Triple H.
Triple H.
Dolph
That's
was
it.
funny though. He said, "Oh, I get it. 3-on-1, 4-on-1 NCAA tournament, 64-on-1, arm tied behind my back. I'll do it."
Yeah, I don't ever see him backing down for a challenge, man.
That was
Yeah,
hilarious. That was one of my favorites.
So that's set up for later on for the Triple H to take on Dolph Ziggler. Our third match was another good match.
Yep.
Sami Zayn
and The Miz.
and The Miz. The Miz continued to impress us, man.
He did.
Week after week, people will continue to sell in the Miz short, but Kevin Owens was at ringside.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with you this time. I do like him on commentary. I just don't like him insulting Saxton, Ron
Right.
Saxton.
Right.
But overall, he's good on the mic. When he's done wrestling, he needs to be sitting behind that chair, that announcer's table. But the match went on, and these guys put on a great show. Meanwhile, Miz continued to shine and say, "Hey guys, don't forget about me. I'm not old. I'm not out of it yet." And like I said, he's going to be one of the guys.
And Miz actually in control of the match, and Owens distracts the Miz and allows Sami Zayn to hit the,
Well, Miz attacked him.
what are we calling it? The hell kick?
The hell of a kick.
The hell of a kick.
And it was a hell of a kick.
And he popped Miz with it, and he was able to get the victory.
1, 2, 3.
I'm sure that Miz is building credentials and getting himself close to this.
It's going to be like a six-man for the Intercontinental at WrestleMania. So Miz definitely and Zayn will definitely be there. I bet you that. But Sami Zayn picks up the big win, and he's continued his role in winning streak. Next, fourth match. I don't know why this happened. But I don't know why this happened. But you got, I don't know where they going with this. But you got Brie Bella, Alicia Fox taking on Team Bad. What I can say is Team Bad is still on a roll.
Yep.
Brie Bella is not. Alicia Fox, I don't know where she came from, but she paid for it with a double super kick to the face. But overall, what we see every week, you see Brie Bella putting all her special moves from the kick to the face and the Brie mode.
And she also got the... you know what's funny about the Brie mode? Like, when she got ready to set it up, she's like, Brie mode. And, like, she didn't yell it.
Yeah, because
like, she dropped the voice down.
they didn't have and then they didn't really have the mic up on it.
Right.
So
it seemed like she
all.
was coming with the sneak attack, and that's why she was able to get it.
Maybe she heard it.
right off the bat. Perhaps, that's what I'm saying.
Brie mode.
Yeah, it was so silent. And
Still lost.
she did lose. She did the Bella Buster off the second rope.
And she got a modified slam DDT by Team Bad. That was a new move that we haven't seen. And
Yeah.
they work good together. And like I say, they're on a winning streak. And I think down the road, between both of them, maybe
Distracted a court, the ref trying to get Lana out of the way,
my
and they were
God.
able to put that
You
move
see what she
on.
had on?
I did.
That
Remember,
lady's her body's devastating.
remember,
That's all I got.
remember Saxton said that he's like, "Here's Lana just sit in front of me while I'm trying to call the action."
Yeah.
And JBL said, "Are you serious?
Yeah, you gonna
Lana
complain
sitting
about
in
that?
front of you, and you're gonna complain about that?
Yeah.
Only man in America I
You
know."
ain't calling it a good
Saxton.
match anyway, so be
So-
quiet. I think they would say that. But, of course, a lot of distracts, and eventually Bree gets to get the loss, and Team Bad pick up the win. But then you got Alicia Fox come out there, and she's yelling and screaming at yelling and screaming, and next thing you know, she turns around, and man, did she get a double super kick in the mouth.
She did,
And they showed the booty after that when she hit the floor. But yes, they did. But what a devastating super kick, though.
yeah.
These girls ain't playing.
Team Bad, they are very cohesive and they work well together. And I'm not like
I like the group.
I like that group. I don't like this apparent match we're gonna have, but it does look like now they're gonna change it.
To a three-way.
It looks like it'll be a 3-way.
Yeah, they're gonna add another women's match to WrestleMania, but we'll see where it go. I kind of like look forward to see what Lana gonna do. She never wrestled before,
Right.
So, and then there was a backstage segment with her and
Paige.
Paige colored her hair from blue to black to gray and black. She looked like a witch.
A little bit. A little bit.
Pretty witch.
Yep. And
Pretty little witch.
Lana came out, told her that she can't hold any man.
Yeah.
And
Told her she's horrible.
She can't hold
She's
a
a
belt.
loser.
She's horrible. And Paige said, "You know what? Don't talk about that.
When you get a match up under your belt,
Till you get a match on your belt,
Come
then
see me.
come see her." And then Team Bad came out and said, "Oh, I know you ain't talking, Paige.
I
Be
know
careful
you
what
ain't.
you said because we listening."
somebody may be listening. So that goes to show you that they lay in the path for that. Right after that, there was another backstage, and that was Charlotte with Ric Flair, and
Renee Young?
It was Renee. Good looking Renee Young.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
just got to call it like
Yep,
it
it
is.
is
man.
what it is.
She's calling action, and we calling action, saying that she is awesome, awesome. Charlotte says back when they were training, she said she was the one that held my girlfriend Sasha Banks' hair back and let her throw up from her first match because she had the jitters.
Right.
Who wouldn't? I would.
Exactly. And then she said that my girl Becky
Talk about this girl too.
said that she begged people to train with her so that she wouldn't have to train by herself while she sat in a corner.
Can you see that happening?
I can't, but I guess Charlotte said it. It's true.
She grew up to be an ass
And
kicker, though, didn't she?
then Renee says that it looks like you make it like you don't have any feelings for these girls at all. Rick said, Charlotte called and told me that there are 2 girls that are going to be great in NXT, and I have to be better.
And as of right now,
She is.
She is. But coming WrestleMania,
She won't be.
yeah, I hope they win. I hope they make a new belt too. God, that belt is so horrible. Man, I don't like that. You like the belt?
No.
No, I'd rather them go back to the regular
And she
belt.
also said that they built up SmackDown for this Thursday, which I'm excited about seeing. It's going to be Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha all in the same
segment,
ring.
yeah, a little ring.
Charlotte said, "I'm going to show Becky and Sasha that you can't run for your pass."
That's true. I don't know what she meant by that.
I don't either, but
we'll find out.
I'm intrigued
Thursday
by
on
it. So
SmackDown.
that's probably going to be the highlight of SmackDown for me.
Okay, horrible match coming up. Number 5, the Usos, the ever-losing Usos, taking on the ever-losing Bo Dallas and Adam Rose.
This match, you're right. It was absolutely horrible.
Horrible.
You might as well just stick it with the Social Outcasts. They
Yes.
did no move.
Not one.
And the Usos are not that dominant.
No.
Not a single move.
No, not well. Let's give him credit.
Both fell out of the ring.
He
and
landed
did
on
it
his feet. I didn't hurt.
And
I
then did
didn't
a
get hurt.
victory lap.
And that was horrible.
Are
Comes
you
in.
serious? The only thing good about the match was the
Super
Usos
kicks.
threw super kicks all to everybody.
What they did last week. So whatever. I mean, they did super kick everybody, and then you had the Dudley Boys out doing commentary, just letting us know that they were 9-time World Tag Team Champions.
And had nothing to do
whatever.
with the
And they did
tables and-
nothing. They did nothing. They didn't attack them. They didn't, try to attack them. And then, of course, they talked smack, and then it was the end of the match.
Absolutely dreadful match,
I don't know
WWE.
why they put that on there.
The Social Outcasts might as well be nothing to you guys. Nothing.
They're not. What they are is they are 4 guys who wants to be Santino Marella, wants to think they're funny.
Well, they're not
And
funny
horrible.
either.
No,
they're not
horrible.
funny, and at least Santino will get in the ring and he at least do some moves and at least set up Cobra and make us like, be like, okay, not a single move
Not one.
against the Usos, not one. It was disgusting
And a bad.
It was terrible. It left a terrible taste in my mouth. And if I was Pittsburgh, at least for that moment, I know why you didn't cheer, because that was just dreadful.
That was horrible.
Garbage.
That was horrible, of course. And I think there's other guys who could have been called up to wrestle besides these guys. I don't know. I don't care where you're going with these guys.
Yeah.
I tell you where they're going. Right to toilet. I tell you that much.
Right. If you didn't see it late last night on WWE, if you are the Facebook friend, you get the exclusive behind the scenes after Raw's over. And Renee Young did make a special announcement that it is the Usos and the Dudley Boys at WrestleMania. Of course.
Well, you and I knew
we
that.
knew it, right.
Thank you, Renee. But, we're going to say thank you. We ain't going to be like Vince and say, shut up. But thank you, Renee. But we knew that was going to happen. So these matches are popping out the woodwork now. And it just seemed like some of them they're slapping together. And they're not letting us feel like chemistry in the ring, because neither one of these teams faced each other
Oh,
yet.
man, dude.
At least give us a match before WrestleMania to see
That was
what's
an
going to go
absolute
down.
just
That was
dreadful
horrible.
waste of segment.
I would have rather saw them do a segment and get attacked.
Yeah, they did.
Didn't put that crap on.
Then they do another segment too. That we'll just get to it right now. I'm sure you have it on your notes.
Yeah.
More Golden Truth, where our truth is a penguin, and he says a penguin.
He's a two-tone penguin.
Gives only wants to be with one person when he finds
he
his
wants to
soulmate.
be
He wants to
with
be with
Goldust.
him forever. And Goldust is like, oh, it looked like he
no.
was finally going to say yes. Everyone's like, yes, yes, yes. He says no.
No. Now here's the deal. The penguin was two-tone. Our truth suit was black and white, and the head was purple and black. What? Didn't even find the right head.
So yeah,
A horrible segment also. Add that all together. That's a total combined bunch of horribleness.
just say yes. Let's get this tag team going. I'm tired of segment.
Maybe it's going to get something going after WrestleMania, but I don't think it should be on TV right now. 6th match. The best match of the night.
By far.
The best match of the night. This is the type of matches you put on. Ladies and gentlemen, Triple H has to continue to show these new guys how to put on a match. Do Dolph Ziggler have to do the same thing to teach these guys like Bo Dallas and Adam Rose and the Usos how to put on a match? This was a pay-per-view match that Triple H put on in 3 nights.
Yeah, absolutely. Triple H, Dolph Ziggler, just an absolute delight of a match for wrestling fans. You had super kicks, you had knees, you had spine busters, you had pedigrees, you had
super kicks,
you had more super kicks,
Oh
you
my
had
God.
you had famousers, you had
Pedigree.
holding suplexes, you had looked like the match was going to kind of end the same way that the Dean Ambrose match ended eventually. Dolph got rolling, but Triple H had worked on his shoulder most of the match, so Dolph was holding on to his shoulder. They ended up going outside the ring, and Dolph slid in at 9 as well. He slid right into the pedigree, but Dolph reversed it into a super kick. And
somehow Triple H managed to get up and put a pedigree on him.
He did,
and it was directly on the head.
The match was it was a beautiful match. It was well put together.
Awesome match.
And there was several moments, honestly, I don't know about you, there were several moments that because the title wasn't on the line, I thought Ziggler was going to win and get to choose what match he wanted. I thought he was going to win and choose to put himself in the match with Shane and Undertaker.
Well, I knew that wasn't going to happen. You know why? He's not going to beat Dean Ambrose and then let Dolph Ziggler beat him on Monday Night Raw. You got to understand that Triple H is the main eventer at WrestleMania. He is not going to go in there as a loser. What I do like about Triple H is that at first I thought he was just going to lay low till WrestleMania. No, he didn't. He put on a pay-per-view match and he put on a Monday Night Raw match that he haven't even been on Monday Night Raw for 3 years. So he tricked me because I thought he was going to lay low like Brock Lesnar when he would hold a belt into the pay-per-view. No, he didn't.
So the match is over, and all of a sudden,
The horribleness returns.
dun dun dun. Like, is he here? Triple H looked up to the
ramp
crowd.
area?
No, he looked to the crowd. Roman came off the ramp area, which like never happens, and Stephanie points out, here he comes. Roman comes out wearing a new T-shirt.
Yes, he did.
Gets into the ring, and it just was
horrible.
not good.
He showed no emotions of being put out on the shelf. It dragged a little bit.
And I
It
know,
just bad, man.
I know this blew up, but they were hoping be gone for 4 weeks.
Come back with a big pop.
Triple H is gonna, tear down the crowd and make people. He even said during his promo, we didn't talk about it, but he even said in his promo, you want to cheer people like Roman Reigns. No, they don't. Because the minute that Roman Reigns came out, the most loudest, thunderous boos I've ever heard in my life.
It backfired on him to the point that Triple H did those 2 pay-per-views to bring heat on himself. So when Roman Reigns did return, he would get this big pop. And like my buddy said right here, that crowd boos was so deafening. And I know it had to get to Roman Reigns. It had to. And I guess the good thing came out of that is that Triple H got a busted head when he threw the canister against his head and busted his head.
Some of that stuff was really funny. Triple H threw that through the blue thing at him, and it didn't make it to Roman. It hit a referee, and ref started limping. Like you could tell he had really hurt him.
I need 3 days. I need 3 days off.
Roman ends up smashing him with
a television,
with a laundry cart. While Triple H picks up a chair, and Roman throws a gigantic trash can, hits him, knocks him over. Roman comes in, grabs a TV, bashes it over his head. It was horrible. Finally, he gets it stopped because the Usos, Mark Henry,
why
Jack
would you
Swagger,
bring them out there?
All come running out.
They're like,
don't do it like this. Don't do it like that,
Oos. Don't do like that, Oos.
Yeah, and so
here's the deal, people. If that's not enough to tell you, Vince McMahon, that your golden boy is not going to lay a golden egg at WrestleMania, the best thing for you to do is to listen to the people, is to listen to the WWE Universe, and turn this guy bad, for God's sake. That's the only way it's going to work. We can cheer or we can boo a World Heavyweight Champion. We've done it before. Brock Lesnar, before he became a good guy, he held the belt. He was a bad guy. Okay? Make this guy a bad guy. And eventually, down the road, you can eventually turn him into a good guy. Give the people what they want. You are going to mess up the WWE if you let this guy walk out as a good guy at WrestleMania with that belt.
Especially with your rumor report you did a couple weeks ago, that just blew my mind that Roman's going to hold the belt for 2 years. That
is what Vince McMahon wants. He wants him to hold on to that belt through WrestleMania 33 and 34. I'm just saying that's what I'm reading. That's what I dug up. So we know everything changes. Everything don't stay the same. But I will tell you this. Coming WrestleMania, if you ever seen one of those NWOs when they would attack people like Randy Savage and Lex Luger and Sting, they throw so much trash in the arena with bottles of water. I happen to think that that's what's going to happen if Roman Reigns win that belt. I don't care if The Rock's there. I don't care if Stone Cold's there in the ring. I don't care if Shawn Michaels, the special guest referee, or in the corner. It doesn't matter. That place is going to kill you with nothing but booze.
Yeah, it was. It just rang booze. I mean, you have to watch it.
I feel so sad for him.
I did too.
God, I feel sad for that man. I really do. Because he don't deserve it. He has worked his butt off for a whole year to try to convince everybody that I am the one that at least should have the belt for a while. They don't want to because they say Vince is shoving them down their throat. Well, guess what? Vince also shoved John Cena. He also shoved Hulk Hogan. He shoved all these guys, and guess what? You guys ate it. Now he choose someone else. Now the WWE Universe said, you know what? We're tired of you choosing, Vince. Let us choose. You want Dean Ambrose to be world champion. Vince don't. Because Dean Ambrose don't have the look. But he has the crowd behind him. He's putting butts in that seat. And he's running that tally at that gate every time people walk through it.
Yep.
That's all I got to say. I will say that I would give Monday Night Raw a 7.
Yeah.
Too much. I did not too much like it besides the main event and the tag team champion.
There was one other quick thing. Undertaker came out and he confronted with Shane McMahon.
You're right. I'm so angry about how they doing Roman Reigns. This is what our second week of forgetting about the Undertaker. But it's easy to forget about the Undertaker. You know why it's easy to forget about the Undertaker? Because if you think Shane McMahon going to beat the Undertaker with some shuffles and some punches that he didn't even land, he looked horrible also.
Yeah.
God, that was horrible.
That was a bad segment.
And he forgot his lines.
Yeah.
My God,
They both did. They both forgot lines again.
Yes, they did.
Shane said, when you go to hit me, you'll miss, or I'll miss.
And Vince standing there with his mouth open like, did my genius son just make a boo-boo? Yes, he did. And he really made a boo-boo when he called himself getting the Undertaker in the corner and called himself... He didn't land out one punch.
And he went for the shuffle.
And he think that's going to beat the Undertaker?
Come on. Vince eventually pushes Shane into a chokeslam.
Like
walks
a kid
off.
on the playground.
Shane called Undertaker. He said, I have the unfortunateness of being known as Vince's son, but you're known now as Vince's bitch. And that's pretty much the Undertaker off Undertaker. He went after him. And Undertaker also, looked like he had to show that he wasn't with Vince. Although Vince did help him get the upper hand on Shane, and that's how Raw ended. Overall, I thought Raw was. They did a nice job of building up some of the matches for WrestleMania, so I'm going to go ahead and give them an 8.
I don't think they built them up. They just told you. That's all they did. That ain't a build up. It just wasn't a build up whatsoever. You rant last Friday, I'm ranting Monday. I think it was horrible. Of all people, Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon and Undertaker put on a horrible segment like that. And if you think, like I said, that Shane McMahon is going to beat him, he better bring a lot of more people to the table at this pay-per-view at WrestleMania, because he's not going to get the job done by himself. A couple of shuffles and then what? I hear you. I'm embarrassed, man. I'm totally
talking about
embarrassed.
the fact of that thought that they did a job of building up New Day and League of Nations.
That we saw. Okay, but other matches that they just threw out there, like you said, they threw out the Dudleys with the Usos. That wasn't a build-up. They just attacked them one time and say we're not a thought. We're not an afterthought. We're 9-time tag team champions and whatnot. These other matches, they just throwing together. But whatever, that kind of